Hi everyone, Jack and Miso from英作文会話 community here again. As always with my videos with Miso, today's video is going to be a little more casual and is meant as listening practice for you. The topic for today's video is going to be greetings in English-speaking countries, more specifically America, where I'm from. So what do I mean by this? Well, today I want to talk about 3 different kinds of greetings. So the first is handshakes, the second is hugs, and the third is fist bumps. So everyone probably knows about handshakes, so I'd like to start there. And actually, I got the idea for today's video because recently I've seen on a lot of Japanese TV shows and animated shows characters shaking hands with their left hand. And actually, we never shake hands with our left hand. We only ever shake with our right. So if you're ever meeting an American or having a business deal abroad, remember, always use your right hand to shake hands. But more than that, when should you shake hands and when should you hug and when should you fist bump? These are probably greetings that you've seen natives use in movies or in TV shows, but when should you use these? So today I'm going to answer that question. So for handshakes, they are the safest. You can use handshakes in any situation. They are the most formal though, so if you're shaking your good friend's hand, it might be a little strange, maybe a little mizukusai. So be careful. But if you're in a professional setting, you should always shake hands. It is the only proper greeting. So we don't bow like in Japan, but we always shake hands. But outside of a professional environment, when should you shake hands? So shaking hands is the most formal greeting, so usually if you're meeting someone for the first time or it's a little more formal of a situation, we usually shake hands. So now let's talk a little bit about hugs. So hugs are a very casual greeting, but there are a few easy to follow rules with hugs. So first let's talk about genders, because there are a couple differences depending on if you're a man or if you're a woman. So first let's think about 2 men greeting each other. Usually men do not hug. Usually they will either shake hands or, we'll talk about later, fist bump. But usually not hugging. There is an exception if you're very close or if you're family, hugging is very normal, but usually if you're friends or acquaintances, we don't hug if we're men. But if it's 1 man and 1 woman greeting each other, it's very common to hug. But how should you hug? So you might be thinking, oh, it feels a little too personal or maybe even a little romantic to hug. But in America, we often use a unique technique for hugging. And hopefully I have a picture I can show you here, but we usually call this a side hug. So it's when you hug with just 1 arm, and it's a very brief hug, and you might say, oh, so nice to see you, and release. But we don't usually use both hands and hug really tight for a long time. That is a little too personal, right? So usually just 1 arm. And now let's think of the last situation, when a woman and a woman meet in a casual environment. And usually they hug. It's very rare that women will shake hands in a casual situation. I most often see women hugging. And you can do the side technique, like I said before, or it is not uncommon to just do a normal 2-armed hug. So yes, that is when we hug, usually only in very casual environments or when you're greeting someone you're very close with, like family or a very good friend. All right, now let's talk about our last style of greeting, fist bumping. So if you don't know what fist bumping is, I'll put a picture here, but it is when you greet by touching your fists like this. And you might have seen this a lot on TV with coronavirus, and even the president is fist bumping people now instead of handshaking to prevent spreading germs, right? So in Corona times, it's become much more popular and much more common of a greeting, but normally it is only used in very casual situations and only used between 2 men. Women almost never fist bump. So Sorry, ladies, but this is usually only used by men. So when should you do this? And this is a very difficult question to answer, actually. And the best answer I can give you is when you're meeting someone that you are close friends with. Usually, if you only kind of know someone, it's most normal to either just wave or give a handshake. Fist bumping usually comes only when you're very close with someone. But it can depend. Sometimes people, the first time you're meeting them, will do this and ask for a fist bump. So my best advice with fist bumps is to wait and see what the person you're greeting does. If they go like this, you know to fist bump them. If they go like this, you should shake their hand, right? Or if they go like this, that means they want a hug. This is the best way to find out what the proper greeting is to wait. But if you ever have any doubts while you're in America, the safest option is always to handshake. This is very formal and very professional, so this is my recommendation if you're ever unsure. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to study English more, please click the link below and sign up for a lesson with me at英作文会話 Community. Your first lesson is half off, so please give it a shot. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.